And now, dear viewer, stay until the end, because what she revealed next didn't just change his future, it changed the hearts of everyone watching. If this moment moves you even half as much as it did me, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more stories that remind us why kindness matters. Noah sat frozen in the backseat of the car, rain pattering softly against the windows as if the world itself was holding its breath. Evelyn Moore, the mysterious, powerful billionaire, sat beside him, holding the fragile thread that tied them together, a worn photograph and a lifetime of silence. I don't understand, Noah whispered. Why now, why me? Evelyn took a long breath. Her voice, though soft, was steady. I searched for years. Your mother was taken from me when she was just a baby. My father forced me to give her up, and by the time I had the power to undo what had been done, she was lost in the system. I never stopped looking. By the time I found her, it was too late. Her eyes glistened. But she had a son. You. Noah felt the room spin. Just a day ago, his biggest worry was paying rent. Now, he was sitting next to a billionaire who claimed to be his grandmother. He looked at her, really looked, and suddenly, something clicked, the softness in her eyes, the way her lips trembled when she said his mother's name. She wasn't acting. This wasn't a scam, and yet, I'm not special, he muttered, glancing down. I'm just a waiter. I live in a one-room apartment with my little sister. We struggle every day. Why would someone like you care? Evelyn reached out and gently touched his hand. Because kindness, she said, has nothing to do with wealth. The day you gave me that coffee, you didn't know who I was. You saw an old woman, struggling, and you helped her. You reminded me of the daughter I lost, and the love I thought I'd never find again. They drove in silence for a while. Evelyn didn't push him. She knew the shock would take time to process. Noah thought about Lily, about their tiny apartment, about every night he skipped dinner so she could eat. He remembered the birthdays he couldn't afford gifts, the holidays they spent huddled under one blanket watching movies on an old second-hand laptop. He had never known luxury. But he had known love. And maybe that's why he was scared now. What do you want from me? He finally asked. Evelyn looked out the window for a moment before answering. Nothing. He turned sharply. Nothing. I just want to know you. To make things right, if I still can. I want to be in your life, if you'll let me. The next day, Noah woke up feeling like he'd lived a dream. But the business card on his dresser reminded him it was real. Greater than Evelyn Moore. Personal number. Call anytime. Lily rubbed her eyes sleepily. Noah, why are you staring at a piece of paper like it owes you money? He laughed. It kind of does. He looked at her, barefoot, messy-haired, beautiful little Lily, and realized something. This wasn't just about him. If Evelyn really was family, Lily had a grandmother too. One who could change her life. And yet, could they trust her? 1 week later, Noah decided to meet Evelyn again, this time with Lily. She wore her best dress, the one from her school play, and Noah borrowed a blazer from a friend. They met at a quiet garden behind Evelyn's estate, away from the flashing cameras and curious eyes. When Lily saw Evelyn, she ran to her and hugged her tightly without even asking. You smell like cookies, she said. Evelyn laughed, genuinely laughed, for the first time in years. They talked for hours. Evelyn told stories about Noah's mother, her daughter, and showed them photos from her childhood. Noah listened, quietly at first, then, with growing interest. There were gaps in his life being filled, pieces of a puzzle he thought he'd never find. Evelyn never mentioned money, never mentioned changing their lives. Until one afternoon, when everything changed. The will. A week later, Evelyn called Noah into her office. It was grand, bookshelves, paintings, a window overlooking the city, but her tone was gentle. I need to tell you something important. Noah sat across from her. Okay, I've been writing my will. And I'm leaving everything to you and Lily. He nearly choked. What? Evelyn raised a hand. Let me explain. I've spent a lifetime building this empire. But what good is any of it if it doesn't help the right people? You didn't ask for this. You never expected it. That's exactly why you deserve it. Noah stood up, shaking his head. I can't accept that. I don't even know how to handle a credit card properly. What would I do with a company? You'll learn, she said softly. And I'll be here to teach you. Unless you don't want me in your life. Noah sat down again, slowly. His heart pounded in his chest. This wasn't just about money. It was about trust, about legacy, about whether he could become the kind of man his mother would be proud of. He nodded. Okay, but only if we can use it to help others too. Not just us. Evelyn's eyes sparkled with pride. The next month, Noah's life began to change, but not in the way you might think. He didn't buy a mansion. He didn't quit his job right away. He kept waiting tables for another 2 weeks, until he had trained a replacement. Then, he and Evelyn began something new, a foundation in his mother's name, the Hope Initiative, dedicated to helping orphans, single parents, and kids who grow up like he did. Lily started attending a new school, one where she had books, music, and teachers who cared. She still visited the old cafe every Sunday with Noah, just to see Carla and the regulars. They always ordered 2 coffees, one for Noah, one left paid at the counter for anyone who needed it. He called it the kind cup. Evelyn's health began to decline quietly. The doctors said it was age, stress, and time catching up. She moved in with Noah and Lily and spent her last days telling stories, laughing, and baking cookies with Lily. The billionaire who once lived alone in a marble mansion died peacefully in a small room filled with love, photos, and the sound of children's laughter. In her final letter, read at her funeral, she wrote, "Greater than, to the boy who gave me coffee when I had nothing, thank you for reminding me what truly matters. Kindness is wealth, and you, my dear grandson, are the richest soul I've ever known." 6 months later, a reporter from a local news channel interviewed Noah outside the New Hope Initiative Center. "You went from being a part-time waiter to a billionaire's heir. How did that feel?" Noah smiled. "Honestly, the money didn't change me. Meeting her did. What would you say to people watching who feel like they don't matter?" He looked at the camera, heart full. "I'd say, you never know who's watching. You never know what your kindness might unlock in someone else's life. That one small act, like paying for someone's coffee, might be the moment that changes everything." And to you, dear viewer, if you've made it this far, I hope Noah's story inspired you. Because what started with one small act of kindness turned into a legacy that changed hundreds of lives.